Hey guys, it's Lori here with a voice in the dark. Um, Listen, everybody's been going through the crap, and a lot of things are going to change in 2024. A lot of weirdness is going to happen, a lot of strange things, and bizarre stuff that it's going to yeah, make the last few years look like child's play. But what I want to tell you is that the big thing you're going to realize is that you're going to start feeling emotions that you have never addressed before. You know, the guilt, the shame, the self-hatred, anger, self-anger, avoidance, um, lack of self-love, and judgments, and other things that are negative. The thing is that the energies that are pouring onto the earth are so positive and beautiful and loving, but there is no room for negative energy. So as these things come in, you really have to deal with the bad feelings that are coming up. And it's real simple. All you need to do is feel it and deep breathe. And deep breathe into the feeling and the emotion that you're feeling. And ask yourself, where's this coming from? And allow yourself to feel it. It's going to be uncomfortable. And if you got to cry, cry. Let the tears flow, because that's what tears are for. To release pent up frustration, pain, hurt, anger. Let it flow. That goes for men too. If you feel you got to scream, well, go out in the car and close the windows and scream your head off and come back. But the thing is that, and because that's a good way to let it out too. And please be easy on yourselves when moving away from abusive situations. And I'm going to put a note here that abusive situations can also be your self-abuse. Whether it's drugs, alcohol, hell, I'm trying to figure out how to quit smoking, eat better, exercise, all that fun stuff, get healthy again. And if you're processing a bad habit like drinking or drugs or tobacco or too much sex or whatever it is, just write it off in your head as, hey, I'm getting healthy. See it as a positive, not, oh my God, now I got to do this or that, and I can't do it. Yeah, you can, because you're going to face all these feelings, because they're going to come up no matter what you've been trying to hide behind the alcohol or the drugs. It won't matter anymore. You're going to have to face these feelings, and you need to face them honestly and forthwith. All you got to do is walk through it and feel it and see where it came from, and acknowledge the guilt and shame that comes with the understanding of what you did, because it was your own choice, it was your own decision that did it. And that's the hardest thing to handle when we are going through what they call the dark night of the soul. Well, the whole world's going through it right now, so don't feel like you're alone. And if you are finding yourself more alone, that's because God wants you to sit alone and be with this, and to learn from it and grow from it and let it go. That's what we're here for. We're here to experience things, and sometimes they're not fun things, they're ugly things. And they're things that make us feel ugly, and they're things that make us feel weak and horrible and just horrible. But once you see what the lesson was there just to show you how to love yourself more and to have boundaries. That's how we learn to have boundaries. That's how we learn to respect ourselves and respect boundaries, and that we're allowed to have our own personal power and to stand up for ourselves and our own way of thinking. But we were allowed to stand up and say, no, that's not me. Most of us, and this happens to a lot of women, but it happens to men too, we get ourselves tied up in knots, wishing we could, be part of the in crowd, or, not understanding why the in crowd didn't want us in the first place. And we spend a lifetime sometimes either banging at that door or not realizing that that just isn't a place for us. It never was. And we're all different. We're all very unique. And we do have like-minded people out there. It's finding them that's the difficult part. And then finding them in the right, what I would consider the right arena that is safe. To me, the right arena is a safe arena where we are allowed to be ourselves without the fear of getting lost with drugs and alcohol and lifestyles. Let's just call it lifestyle. That our lifestyle doesn't blind us to who we really are, where we can easily hide and forget that, golly gee, we're a special being, we're all light beings. We're all souls. We're all beautiful. We're all loved by the universe. And when we step outside of this life and go back into our spirit, we love everyone else too. So with great empathy for anyone going through this type of freedom, that actually you're going to notice you will feel worse about after a while, only because you haven't forgiven yourself for allowing yourself to be blinded by the reality of it all, or whatever the situation has you blinded to. Be thankful you have left. To begin a healing journey, you need to forgive yourself for every little piece of self-hate, regret, and anger you have at yourself. There are many reasons we do the things we do. Sometimes it is karma. These type of situations are generally nothing you could have done any other way, even when it does not make sense. We have soul contracts to learn particular lessons that have been difficult for us. Learning to love ourselves fully with all of our seemingly rotten choices and misconceptions of love of others, and love of self. We must each be able to love ourselves so much that we can love another more. So begin now. Start forgiving yourself. Be gentle. Small steps. Get a counselor. Allow God to help you too. Ask for help. Ask for forgiveness. And then look in the mirror and say, I forgive you. I love you. We will pull through this and become our best personal self so we can love others again with more clarity and charity. Begin with honesty to yourself. Then know that there is a lesson in this. Is it about self-love and respect? Is it about making yourself small for others? Is it about daddy or mommy issues? Usually abandonments is part of it, emotional abandonments. Try to understand that it is not about failure. It is about being lost, scared, or naive to how and what you are experiencing. Rise above your own silence and see your life as it was, not as you imagined it. We all make weird mistakes that lead us to not so hot places. Forgive. Reach out to a higher power and let the universe help you. A voice in the dark, Lori Elliot. We are light beings having an adventure. We are sovereign. We are enough. And play life as a game to win. Become your superhuman self. Love and blessings. Lori out.